Today I'm going to read chapter 51 from my book, Downtown White Police. The chapter is titled, The Priest. Even the most benevolent, caring, and well-meaning people have a breaking point. And it says something about those who would push these types of individuals past their natural limits. Radio call. Red 42. 42's on building 44 on that stolen car. It's just getting hooked up now. 42. When you're done with that, head over to the Catholic Church on the corner of Hallett and Church Street. Priest reports a break-in. Red 42, 10-4, as soon as we're done here. How many times has this church been broken into? I asked my partner, who shrugged his shoulders in answer. This particular church had been built in the late 1930s for the new Yellow Mill Village, later to be called the Father Panic Housing Project, the first of its kind in the state of Connecticut. This church would have been fully attended by the factory workers and their families who lived in the village. Back then, a nice place to live, but those days were long gone. My partner said, "There he is. He looks pissed." 42 radio call. 42's on scene. 10-4, 42. Good afternoon, Reverend. How can we be of service? The priest was outside the church when we pulled up, pacing back and forth with a broom in his hands. This is the third time this month alone. They steal everything. I hear them at night. We went inside the church, which was a modest-sized building and had been a beautiful place of worship that was once fenestrated with stained glass. These had long since been broken and repaired with plexiglass windows. What did they do this time, sir? They desecrated the altar and stole the chalices. I replaced them so many times, and they did it again. The candle holders are gone. He looked around in despair and pointed. They urinated over there. There's nothing left to take. As I was writing down the stolen items for my report, he sat on one of the benches and cried out, "This project was built for the poor, to give them a decent community to live in." He shook his head. Over the years, it has turned into the hell that it is now. I reach my hands out to them all the time. Our charities bring clothes and toys for their children. There are some good people still here, but fewer every day. He paused while I was writing my report. I wanted to give him some breathing space, so I did not ask him anything further. I felt he may have just needed a sympathetic shoulder at this point. All of a sudden, he looked up from the floor and cried out, "These fucking niggers! I don't know what to do. I was here for them, and I can do nothing anymore. Nothing. I've got to get out of here. Forgive me," he said, ashamed, as he put his face in his hands and cried briefly. After a few seconds, he regained his composure. "It's all right, Reverend. We all have those days." I put my hand on his shoulder, but then removed it, realizing there was absolutely nothing I can do or say to change anything. "Do you have any idea who did this?" He looked at me but did not answer. "We patrol the church as much as we can. We'll try to come by more often and maybe write our reports parked outside. If you hear anyone inside day or night, call us. Maybe we can catch them in the act." Knowing the futility of this, he stood up and nodded, unable to speak. He did not look us in the eye. After glancing around at the damaged church, he shook his head, walked into the back room, and shut the door.